objected to the reference to the nominee as Chief Justice and said that he is not a Chief Justice, he is a nominee to the post of Chief Justice, and so you must refer to him appropriately. Or acting Chief Justice, because he's also an acting Chief Justice.
Honorable Minority Leader, you have your day.
Chairman,
you have your day. The two microphones will be off.
Chairman,
the two microphones should be off. With all due respect,
we have registered our position.
Honorable Minority Leader,
that we have rejected. We don't need to
agreed on your position.
We reject it, and we
agreed on your position. Yes. When it is time for voting, then you can vote against the nominee. Yes.
Chief Justice nominee, Justice Paul Bafuboni, Nivete, no, just say, and some of just say, a lot of revelations have been made during that exercise. You say, you know, African reactions be back. Minority boycott of the whole vetting. Any matters arising. Make sure you be training now for me actual. Now don't subscribe here. Kindly subscribe to Umsika TV. Now follow on Facebook, your TikTok, and also Instagram. Now at Umsika TV. In Jebusia, and then they Paul Bafuboni, Justice, I nominee for the position of the Chief Justice in Ghana. No. Parliament vetting committee and as appointed committee of Parliament as required by Ghana's law. And don't you know Justice Paul Bafuboni actually input the journey in the justice industry and as a judge, you know, the end up put and as experiences he has gone through to become the nominee for the position of the Chief Justice. The vetting committee is going to approve his nomination. So they are taking a role as a Chief Justice.
My name is Paul Bafuboni. I am a Justice of the Supreme Court. I've been a Justice of the Supreme Court since 11th of June 2008, so 17 years plus I've been a Supreme Court judge. Before the 11th of June, for 2 years I was a Justice of the Court of Appeal. Before then I was 6 years as a High Court judge and 7 years as a Circuit Court judge. I was born on the 26th of December 1956. I went to Colombo Dumasi Secondary School in 1969, finished O-level in 1974 and A-level in 1976. I then proceeded to Legon, where I read BA Law from 1976 to 1979, entered the law school in 1979 and left in 1981. I was called to the bar in 1983, 2 years after I had graduated from the law school, because at the time we were being called to the bar, my colleagues were being called to the bar in 81. I was in Nigeria seeking greener pastures. I taught for 2 years in Nigeria before coming down to Ghana when I was called to the bar and I started practicing law. As a practitioner for about 5 years in the chambers of Dr. Takiotu in Sekendi, 1 year in Sekendi, and 4 years in Kejetia Chambers in Kumasi, where I practiced with my friend, the late Sir John.
During the exercise, minority vote led by their minority leader, unless Afenyo Markin said, Kwambia, Mahama Ayariga, the majority leader, Eden Fast, so and I say, the poster that he assumed, or just say on the microphone, say what can't vet in one any and they stage a walkout backed by his able chief whip another prayer, and all the other committee members, you know, our the minority side in there was staging at workout.
Neither parliament ally in political projects. It is a guardian of our constitution, the protector of our rights, the final arbiter of all our laws. Its independence is sacrosanct. Its integrity is non-negotiable. It is the oracle of justice emanating from the people of Ghana. Chairman, for all the reasons given, including the very actions of the majority leader, basically denying us every opportunity of expressing our opinion on an important national discourse. Be it known to you, Chairman, and the committee, and the country, that we, the minority caucus, hereby vote en bloc to reject their nominee. We would want to state on record that the majority can proceed with the questions. We do not intend to proceed with any question. We are, however, registering in the strongest terms that we reject the nomination, and the records should reflect that the report of this committee be a majority report.
Woman, comport yourself.
Honorable colleague, when we show you respect, reciprocate. So far, we have extended to you every courtesy. We've heard all those unpalatable words. We've heard the abuse. So please, for posterity's sake, listen to us. We don't need to vet a nominee before we vote against the nominee. We have preliminary issues well grounded in law. You may disagree with us. And we say that on the basis of that, we cannot be part of a process that would give right to another and deny another of her bona fide as enshrined in the Constitution. Chairman, that said, we would yield to you to proceed whilst we exit this committee room with our views well documented for the records, and on the floor we shall proceed with the debate, further stating our position and take a vote against the nominee as required by the rules of the plenary. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Minority Leader. But how do you reject a nominee who is yet to be vetted?
Should I respond?
The report is not ready to be voted for. We are not at a stage of approval. So your conclusion is very preemptive.
No, Chairman, let me respond.
Chairman
will respect. Chairman would respect.
This is not what I want you to respond to.
No, Chairman,
so
but
I don't want your response
Chairman,
on this.
To the extent that you've raised it, I just need to.
Chairman, please.
I just need to.
Honorable
Chairman,
Minority Leader,
Chairman,
you have your day.
Chairman,
You have your day. The two microphones should be off.
Chairman,
the two microphones should be off. With all due respect.
We have registered our position.
Honorable Minority Leader,
that we have rejected. We don't need to vet
agreed on your position.
We reject it, and we
agreed on your position. Yes. When it is time for voting, then you can vote against the nominee. Yes. So we thank you very much. And we wish you a very good luck. Honourable members.
Why you wish us a good luck?
Nebusia, acting and I say Chief Justice here, you're vetting no. Or try saying Tipua, no, you're prison officer. Now I beg to go say, Essence and a junior officer, and no. She cannot be with the husband to dine in the same mess. And you know, Obama done a year, I resign from the prison service. And I be ya. Neyira bet me akoso a woman Sabram can say there enam soma Neyira be the chief officer of the prison service oyo pay pa other prison service on anwa eye enonyam sekase pa ne enigeshem.
Until 1988 when I joined the Ghana Prison Service. I joined the Ghana Prison Service in 1988 and I underwent 6 months military training. And I was posted to Second D. That's where I met my wife. At the time I met my wife, he was also a Bobno rank person. She didn't have any rank, actually, a sixth former who was then starting her career in the prison service. I was with the prison service for 2 years, till 1990, when we were told that I, as a deputy superintendent of prisons, couldn't marry a junior officer because we couldn't go to the mess together. So I opted out of prison service so that she could stay. So I joined the Internal Revenue Service, where I was the legal officer in charge of Eastern and Volta regions, also for 2 years. Then finally joined the bench in 1992 December, and the rest is history. So I was posted to Duyayam Kanta as a circuit court judge, brought to Kumasi. For 7 years I was circuit court judge and I became high court judge, and then I'm now here. So I've been a Supreme Court judge for the past 17 years until 22nd of April when I was nominated to act as the Chief Justice during the period of the turbulence. And I'm here before you as a nominee for the position of Chief Justice. Now, if I may read my opening remarks, now that I've asked the first question.
Thank you very much. So,
Ayariga Attorney General Dr. Dominic Akutringa Ayine, yes. Also, when Sembi Eka Efa, there course between Mahama Ayariga and Afenyo Markin so no yes, Opayena only Shikrano or Bache, Yeshayan Attorney General or a lot of experience as a lawyer and also as a parliamentarian and engineer to them and as a reaction sir or the by Efa Afenyo Markins and Mahama Ayariga said I would do any vertical committee so you could see comment on also or the ABBA.
You're live on Metro News and good afternoon, Ghana. Talk to us. What do you make of what happened at the first session of the discussion in there?
I think it's highly regrettable because what the minority leader sought to do. First of all, I have to concede that the minority leader has a right by the practice of Parliament to make his preliminary, comments or express his views with respect to the nomination process or even the candidate. Okay, so having said that, I think what he sought to do was to bring the motion that was dismissed by Mr. Speaker to the committee through the back door, because in substance what he was trying to say was exactly what was contained in their motion. And I think that was regrettable. I think that the minority leader could have made a general statement that the minority opposes the process and that they are, as a result of their opposition, either not participating, okay, or that they have questions to be posed to the nominee with respect to why this should be happening at this point in time. That is the context within which I think he should have situated his comments. But the approach that he used was basically to bring the motion that was dismissed by Mr. Speaker back on to the agenda of Parliament through this committee. And that was, to me, regrettable. And it was a sheer waste of time for the entire committee. You can imagine that we spent about 2 hours just on his preliminary comments. And then also it doesn't show respect to the nominee. Okay, there are 3 branches of government. Most of the time I want to say that there are 3 co-equal branches of government. We cannot bring the potential head of one of the branches of government to sit here and wait for us for 2 hours just to debate amongst ourselves, whether or not his vetting should proceed. So I think that is highly regrettable. But that is all I can say for now.
So whatever that happens, the affirmation will be done. The acting Chief Justice will be
of course, it will come down to a vote.
Right.
And if it comes down to a vote, we are on the side of the president's nominee. And we have the numbers to do so. We are not abusing our majority. We are basically asserting, our right to confirm the nominee that has been put forward by His Excellency the President.
What happens if there is a walkout from Parliament, from the minority side?
Well, we'll have to continue because the practice and convention of Parliament is that once a quorum has been formed, that quorum continues till the end. And so we have formed a quorum. In fact, the majority side alone has quorum to be able to conduct the business of the House. But given the fact that the minority has joined us, a quorum has been formed, and if they do walk out, we will continue the business to its logical conclusion.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes. Whether the presence of the minority or not, the exercise went on. Parliament about passing and as they vote to approve the nomination or to approve the nomination of the vetted CJ in the person of Justice Paul Bafuboni. And whether the minority or without the minority, the vetting went on irrespective of their decision to withdraw. And Ebusia Endra vetting vetting across there. And so when he and so country. Chile, why do you mommy? Not say you do now from so in your bench. But that's it. Bye bye.